Hey guys, this is What If Empire. Today we're doing a new what if called What if the Uzumaki village survived? So this is gonna be a pretty easy one. No, well, in my case, this is gonna have more backstory than most of my videos on this channel. And I only thought of this when I was sleeping. No, yes, literally when I was sleeping, that's how I used to what if YouTubers thinks. When he's sleeping, he's thinking of a what if idea. So I was thinking, and I really got a good plot. So hey, that's what we're gonna do today. So this is gonna take place 1,000 years before Naruto's birth, I think. No, yeah, 1,000 years before Naruto's birth. I think that's when the time Hagoromo was having his sons. So tell me if I'm wrong. Naruto would be born. Well, not Naruto. The Sage of Six Paths would have three sons. One son would be Ashura, one son would be Indra, and the other would be Uzuna, Izua, Uzunsuki. Prior, they would grow up and they would be the age of 6. A man in would have entered the place intending to kill Ashura because he doesn't want anybody else to get stronger. Then Zuna, I think that's what the name I forgot already. Then proceeded to kill him while in the defense of killing him. And in that turn, his hair turned red with the blood of the man, giving him the curse of blood, or the blood curse, which made his hair red. And he then had yellow eyes with two tomoe in it. I'm gonna name this the Shinigan, which the eye of the Shinigami, which is Shinigami means Demon King or something. Eye of the Shinigami. So, again, we skip back to when Naruto was born. Naruto was born. Sasuke and Naruto are born on the same day, but Naruto's 15 to 16 minutes old. No, 15 to 16 minutes older than Sasuke. No, an hour older than Sasuke. No shit. Forget I said that. So then we go a little. I think it was 35 years prior to Naruto's birth. The Uzumaki. Well, no. 125 years prior to Naruto's birth, the Uchiha and Senju clan was having their war, and then instead the Uzamaki and Hyuga were having their war, and the Uzumaki and Senju still have their relationship that they had in canon, which they was the cousins of. Yeah, you understand. So the same things would happen to the village, and same things would happen, but the Uzumaki and Hyuga have a little hatred for each other, and I generally don't know why. So you can make up something in your head or something, or tell me why they would have hatred. Just say that, and I got you. And I'll just say in the next video. So yeah, the village, the Uzugakure, would still be attacked, but this time only half of their people got killed. And the reason I'm doing this is because I can't be having a whole village. They can't make a whole village just for Uzumaki. So I'm gonna have to cut half of them. There should be a good 1,000. And then they would integrate into the leaf, and everything would go to canon up to Naruto's birth. Naruto would have red hair this time, and he had blue eyes. When Naruto was born, he was oddly quiet. He understood where he was and understood the person in front of him and understood the lady in front of him. Understand that that was his father and that was his mother. When he first got to Minato and Naruto hugged Minato, Yeah, Naruto hugged Minato. He knew how to use his hands by the time he was a kid. But at the first, he knew how to use his hands, okay? And he started hugging Minato, and then he started to like pull on Minato's bangs, and it was very funny. And when the third Hokage's wife tried to take him from her, Naruto started crying and just like didn't want to like get away from his father. And Minato, yeah, so Minato wouldn't let go of Kushina. He wouldn't let go of Naruto, so the third Kage's wife wouldn't die. So Obito would still come. He would Kamui her. Let's say Obito's a little faster. He would Kamui with Kushina, and then all that still would happen to canon. But it would be a little bit easier because Obito never had Naruto. So Minato would still die but use the reproductive seal and all. But Naruto would then. Hello guys, it's raining and I'm outside, so please, if you hear anything, ignore it, because it's just it raining outside and it's hitting the metal a lot. It's pretty annoying to me. Anyways, I told you that Naruto is a born prodigy. He could walk at 1, he could walk properly at 1, talk fluently at 2 by copying the way people said things and integrated it with own speaking. So he could talk at 2 years old. He could then mold chakra at 3, and at 4 he unlocked his what is called now? Damn it. His Shinigami. Yeah, Shinigami. He activated the 2 Tomoe Shinigami, but it then reverted to 1 because his body couldn't handle the 2 Tomoe Shinigami out at the time. Naruto would then go on to find Shisui and they would have a big brother and little brother Braun. By the way, Kushina was the clan head, being the little niece of Mito Uzumaki, the princess of the Uzamaki clan. So she was also princess. She was also a princess. You understood what I'm saying. So Naruto, after people figured out that he was a prodigy, obviously they knew it, but Naruto lives by himself. He lives in his old parents' house, so it was Mito and Kushina's house, and Naruto. So Jiraiya sends letters to Naruto, and Naruto knows who Jiraiya is, but he's never met him before. But Jiraiya is like a father figure to him, and Jiraiya, as a joke, sent Naruto Ichi Paradise, and the first book that Jiraiya ever wrote. If you never watched that, this is the book that Naruto read when he was training at Mount Byaboku. That was the book. So Naruto would be trained by Shisui, and he would get his so I told you all that already. So then it would be time for Naruto's marriage recital. Not marriage recital, marriage engagement thingy, whichever. The reason why Naruto is getting engaged today is because it's a sign of peace to the Uzumaki and Hyuga clan. So Naruto will be choosing a wife. And he would also have to choose a wife from the Uzumaki clan too. So, yeah. So, Naruto would go on, and he would have to pick a girl from the Hyuga and pick a girl from the Uzumaki. Hinata, let's go on to Hinata's backstory now. Hinata's treated way worse, and the fact that her father barely gives her food and barely trains her or barely teaches her anything. And Karin, which is you guess is the next wife, Karin is treated badly because she has now. Let's say that the Hyuga clan did some shit, and they fucked up, and Uzumaki had to kill them, but the person had the same ability Karin had, and that was one of his descendants. And the head of the clan at the time had to sacrifice himself, so that person would have died, and the person died after. And then when Karin got the ability, she was scorned in the Uzumaki clan. So Naruto made a shadow clone showing that he's just a natural born prodigy. Made the shadow clone, and he picked Hinata and Karin, which everybody was shocked because those are the most two hated people in the clans. Damn it. When Naruto was asked why he did this, Naruto explained that, I don't know, I just have an attraction to them. Naruto picked them because of obvious reasons. He knows that they're not treated the best by how they look and how they were looking at the ground the whole time. He knew that they weren't treated good, and he could see the scars on their hands, them being beaten or something of the sort. So Naruto picked them, and they became his wives. Hinata and Karin were very surprised, but loved Naruto all the same because it's Naruto, okay? Naruto, then they were given the option to stay with Naruto because he had a house and he didn't live, but he lived by himself. They were given the option to stay with Naruto. Hinata took the option to stay with Naruto because if she stayed with Hyuga clan, they would have scorned her and saying that she didn't deserve a husband like Naruto. Naruto would then start learning jutsu of his clan, like the Uzamaki style adamantium dragon, which is just a dragon made out of chakra chains. Adamantium wall, which is a wall made out of chakra chains. Adamantium hand, which is just a hand made out of chakra chains. You get the theme. And then he would learn some sealing jutsu, becoming a sealing master at the age of 6, bro. And he would have the 3 Tomoe Shinigan. Yeah, I think I'm changing the name of the freaking time I'm saying it. And I think it's when Naruto was 6 that Shisui killed himself. I think that was when Shisui killed himself. And Naruto would have graduated the academy at the age of 4. Yeah, Naruto was that type of prodigy. He graduated the academy at 4 years old. So Naruto's already a Genin. So Shisui, so Itachi and Naruto was together when Shisui contacted them, and they went to the cliff. And Shisui would have done all the shit and gave Itachi his thing, his eye, and he would have gave Naruto his head, the headband, and Naruto asked for a sheath, and Shisui would give him his sheath, and his headband, so Naruto could embody his will of fire to protect the village. But Uchiha Massacre wouldn't happen, and Danzo would be claimed, and he was supposed to be put to death, but he got the eye taken from him, and he was demoted out of the council. So there's no real control over anything that goes on in the village. He's just a basic civilian now. Not a civilian, but you understand. Well, he still has his root, but he's still in the village. He's still not in the jet cell, which is really pissing me off. But he's acquired to the plot, okay? Acquired to the plot. So Naruto would go on to become a Chunin, and he would teach Hinata and Karin. Naruto would teach Karin the Adamantium wall, and teach Hinata the earth wall, the water wall, and he would teach her the Hyuga jutsu that he stole from the Hyugas. Well, he infiltrated them. It was really easy to him, but to others it would have been hard as fuck. So Naruto would... Oh shit, I didn't... Oh fuck. Naruto would then activate his yellow Rinnegan, which is the process of the predecessor of the Shinigan. So Naruto would have... This is Naruto's yellow Rinnegan abilities. Naruto would have push and pull. I'm about to push out pull, and he would have he could steal people's souls. He could return people's souls. He could also see people's chakra. And with his Shinigami, he could see certain chakra. He can hit a certain point in the body that makes his chakra control so bad that he cannot use jutsu for a whole few hours. A few hours. He can't use chakra for a few hours. So Naruto would be. So he would also have a Susanoo kind looking thing. I'm gonna call it the Akuma, which is demon in Japanese. I think it's demon shadow, but Akuma. So he would have a Susanoo looking Akuma. Let me show you the first stage of the Akuma. This is the unstable Akuma, and this is the perfect Akuma. There, yeah. Naruto would then adapt clothes that looks a lot. So he's basically a mini Shisui, but with red hair and blue eyes. That's what Naruto looks like. He even has the same sheath. But Naruto has a different Tanto. Naruto's Tanto is called the energy Tanto. If he puts his chakra to it, it will turn into a golden color, and it can extend, and it can extend, and it can send off electrical shocks through your body when it hits you. So yeah, that's how Naruto's Tanto works. So Naruto would be known around the world because he would become a Chunin at this time. He would be known around the world as Naruto of the Swift Release. Naruto would have Swift Release from Minato, like I normally give him from Minato. He would have Swift Release, so he can he can vibrate his body at such speeds that he can walk through walls and allow if he touches his kunai, he can vibrate to the speed, and when he lets it go, it can go through someone's head with him not even making any throwing motion. He can just let it go, and when it hits your head, it will go straight through. So Naruto would go on to become an Amba member and be directly under Hiruzen. And then he would spend most of the time out, but when he did spend time at home, he would spend it with Hinata and Karin, teaching them some jutsu and teaching them some chakra control. And Hinata would become a master of the gentle fist at the tender age of 8, and Naruto is 8 at this time too. And Karin would become a master of a seal master at the age of 8 too. Naruto achieved all these things he only achieved like seal mastery really. Bro. And Naruto would have his unstable, let's call it now, Akuma. His unstable Akuma, and he would then go on to do submissions. So Hinata and Nabi are about tuning borderlining Joni. So Hinata has picked up a Tanto like Naruto, so does Karin, but they don't have an energy Tanto like Naruto. But Naruto is a special case in all those formats. Naruto's a prodigy. Naruto is a prodigy and a genius. If you do not know, there's a difference between them. A prodigy, they can do stuff on their own. They can figure out certain techniques by themselves without anyone teaching them it. And prodigies pick up stuff very fast. There's a difference, but Naruto's both of them mixed into one person. Oh god. Naruto, after seeing the shadow possession jutsu by watching Nara, being on a team with Nara, Naruto became a Jonin already, but he's an Anbu now. He started to make a seal that is like the shadow possession. So Naruto would place his feet on the ground. He would first put seals on his feet. He will then, when he's ready to do his Uzamaki style, sealing movement, and he would place his hand on the ground, his feet on the ground, and then seals would spread all the way to his target. Seals would spread all the way to his target, and it would then ensnare him. Then black lines will come around him, ensnaring him, and then he could do the shadow movement and not the ceiling movement jutsu and a ceiling copying jutsu, so like he can move whenever he moves that stuff. But I'm gonna leave this up to you. Do you want Hinata and Karin to be on the same team that Naruto would do? And tell me if you want Kakashi to be assistant Jonin to Naruto. Well, Naruto to be assistant Jonin to Kakashi, or Naruto to be by himself. So if you want Naruto and Karin and Hinata to be on a team, so it will be Sasuke, Karin, Hinata. And remember, the Uchiha clan is still alive, but Sasuke hates Itachi still because he steals all the attention away from Fugaku. Sasuke does petty shit like that all the time. So if you want this team the same, I'll just replace it with Kiba or put Sign there. It depends on what you do. So please comment down below and tell me what your ideas on it is. So bye guys.